What is up, guys? Welcome to a new gameplay video. Today we're actually going to be playing as Vayne. Now, I'm not sure how well this is going to go. Let me just rearrange the scoreboard. To be honest, Vayne is someone that I've wanted to play for a long time on this account. I've just kind of wanted to do it like at the very start because my channel kind of started with Vayne. A lot of you probably won't actually remember because, you know, that was like 3 years ago or something stupid. But yeah, like when I first started, I was a high low AD carry main. Ghosty wasn't really around at that time, so you know, I was kind of like the Vayne guy, I guess. To start with, I was like a Vayne main. I just really wanted to play here and kind of show off a little bit. It was kind of fitting, I guess, to start, kind of kickstart the new channel with something that started my first one. So, anyway, if we look at their team comp, like, I know you guys asked me to include champion sect. I'm not really going to include the champion sect itself, but I can talk about why I picked the champion and stuff. To be honest, I probably wouldn't have picked Vayne in a normal team comp like this because Yasuo is okay for us, but if he ever knocks us up, we're kind of screwed. Lee Sin is pretty hard to deal with. Brand, a lot of AoE damage, which is exactly what we don't want. And then Caitlyn the Own is a pretty hard lane for us as well, so that's going to make our lives a little bit difficult. But it should be okay. It should be okay. In this kind of situation, you really want someone like an Ezreal or maybe a Lucian, maybe even an Ashe for some range, but anything that can do damage from far away, not... Like, one of Vayne's problems is that she can only do damage if she's actually auto-attacking. It sounds weird, right, as an AD carry, but think about it like an Ezreal or Lucian, and Ashe can all poke from range. Even a Caitlyn can do a bit of damage from range. All of these guys actually have like an alternative to just auto-attacking, so when they aren't able to auto, they can still be functional, but Vayne is very much not like that, which is one of the problems she's having in Season 6. She's pretty decent, though. I'm probably going to go for GHOSTBLADE in this game. But Runes Masteries, we've actually gone for Further Battle. Now, you can go Warlords. It's less damage, but... It's much less damage, but it's going to be good for like a difficult lane, I guess. If you're not as comfortable with Vayne, you can do it. I'm going to take Further because I'm just going to survive the lane phase as much as I can, and then we'll do more damage in team fights, especially with that attack speed as well. It's really, really good. And then for runes, I'll put both of them in the description, by the way, but for runes as well, we have normal AD reds, armor yellows, magic resist blues, and we have attack speed quints. Now, on level 2 is a Vayne. You don't necessarily actually want to level up straight away, especially in a aggressive lane like this. Now, Leona is probably going to go on us at some point, and when she does that, I kind of want my E here, because if she goes on to me, I need to ping her backwards immediately so she doesn't stun me. Now, normally you actually won't level it because you can just quick level it, so it doesn't actually matter. I'm going to ping her in here. We might actually get... Nice, there we go. That's also a very good reason why you want to take it level 2, because it's a lot more burst damage. If you actually ever get the stun off, it's way more like... Whoa! Okay, thank God I tumbled out. That was a little bit... That caught me a little bit by surprise, but... yeah, so Lee Sin's level 3, bot lane. Doesn't have his blue yet, but Amumu's not really a counter jungler. At higher ranks, what I'd actually do there is say Lee no blue, because then the enemy jungle, my jungler, sorry, would probably be able to counter jungle Lee and go and take his blue for being bot lane. That's one of the things with actually a jungler. If you ever level 2 or level 3 gank with only one buff, you're likely going to get punished for it. I'm actually going to just get a nice good trade there. If we can ever angle a condemn into the wall, it's one of the ways Vayne actually wins the lane the most, but you have to be careful because you see my mana. It's a very high mana cost. 90 mana. That's 3 times. I can have 3 tumbles, or... I'm just trying to get away here so I don't get... We can have 3 tumbles in the time it takes us to do 1 condemn. So that's why we kind of don't want to be using it too often. We only really want to use it when we're actually going to get a kill, or maybe for a really good trade. You can actually do an auto attack QE, and because your E actually counts as an auto attack, it's still going to apply the bolts. So you can actually proc your 3 bolts that way. Dude, I don't think this is a good idea. We're okay, extra 30 gold, I guess. I'll get that for the missing the CS. We're going to get another point in our queue for now, for lane pressure. I'll talk about that in a second, but oh boy, yeah, you need to be careful now, love. Oh, she actually hit the Caitlyn, which is nice. We're going to kite back here. Yeah, so you can actually get like 3 bolt proc, a really good trade by just auto Q and then E. Vayne's lane phase is not as weak as people think it is. You can see it's a lot about just like measured aggression, I guess. That's a really cheesy phrase actually, but what I mean is you have to think about what you're doing. You can't just go ham like a Lucian and think, oh well, if it doesn't work, I'm going to dash out, because that doesn't work. Like, once you go in on Vayne, you're definitely going in, and you have to take a good trade, otherwise you're probably gonna be punished for it. So, oh my god, she's like a magnet. Nice, that's one. I don't think we're gonna get this, but we're gonna E here. Just, I thought maybe on the off chance like she flashed or anything, I can maybe clip her onto the wall. Doesn't really matter though, because I want to own a base. This Morgana is doing really well. I'm really impressed actually. She's hit a lot of binds. I kind of miss them both. Damn it. I don't know if that's Caitlyn like getting hit by everything like a magnet, or if that's just Morgana being a beast. Maybe a bit of both. We'll see. So what we're gonna actually do here is we're gonna go GHOSTBLADE. I was actually contemplating both. I wanted to kind of like weigh up the options as we got closer into this game, but to be honest, we're doing really well at the moment, and this build snowballs harder than the others because it gives us a lot of early pressure. So I'm actually going to do a video about this on my main channel in the next couple of days, like which Vayne build you should actually go, because there are quite a few options right now. A lot of different professional players actually do a lot different, so I love different things. GHOSTBLADE is really effective for solo queue, especially in Europe and North America, because it's very aggressive meta at the moment. A lot of it depends on the lane phase, I guess, and you can just do more in the lane phase. You max your Q with a GHOSTBLADE build because your Q does so much damage with the AD and armor pen, and you just basically snowball really, really hard. So that's kind of what we're aiming to do with this, more than anything else. The Blade the Ring King build is a bit more persistent damage with an auto attack. Whoa, careful mate, we got no minions. So we don't want to do this because one, Lee Sin is here, but the reason we're not going in for this is because loads and loads of minions plus Victor. We don't want to actually fight this at all. There's way too many people here. If we run through the minions, oh my god. If we run through the minions there, we actually tank the minions for the Lee Sin, and then the Victor collapses on us when we fight them as well. So it's actually not worth us to throw away a lane lead like that. I know like people will probably do it, but I think that could have backfired pretty badly for us, and I don't want to lose this lane advantage. This is a hard lane for us, so yeah. One thing actually to remember, I spotted at the start of this game that I didn't actually talk about, is Caitlyn has Ignite. I don't know if that's a mistake. She has Warlords as well, which means like trading wise it's a little bit riskier because she can heal up, but she doesn't have as much damage because she doesn't have Fervor and she doesn't have a heal. So like you see kind of when I went in for the flash there before, when we tried to kill her and stuff, one of the biggest reasons I went in for that was because, okay, I'm going to try and get a condemn on her. There we go. You never stand next to a wall like that against a Vayne, and this is exactly why. I'm going to heal him. I think he's still dead though. Probably a waste, to be honest. If I wasn't recording on this account, I would have let him die. So on stream, I get like people. If you've ever watched me stream, you'll see that I actually hold my heal a lot because it's really valuable. I guess one of the I'm trying to think of a way to explain it the best, but basically your heal is kind of your combat summoner on an AD carry. Yes, it's defensive, but actually you want to use it for aggressive players. So when people like use it just as kind of a safety net, like when they're getting ganked and stuff, they heal to heal up some damage. I think that's personally the wrong way to use heal. The way you're actually supposed to use heal is for an aggressive tool. Like if they don't have heal and you do, it means you have a massive advantage in the fight because you can heal loads and you can actually like win a trade, right? Win a fight. That's what it should be used for. Going aggressive and actually coming out on top because you have that heal. Like if you don't have it, it's a big disadvantage. So now if I go onto that Caitlyn, I don't have the heal anymore, so I'm actually kind of like gonna struggle a little bit there. That's part of it, I think, and a lot of people actually will use heal like defensively like that, but now the problem is for the next like 180 seconds to 3 minutes or whatever, I actually can't go as aggressive because I don't have the heal to trade and kind of cover that up if it starts to go a little bit wrong. I have to take like the perfect fight now. So that's why normally, like on my main account and stuff, I wouldn't have healed that anyway, because it doesn't matter if he dies. Like if he dies, so what? Leona picks up a kill. Caitlyn's already dead. We can already push that into the tower. Him surviving actually doesn't do anything for us. Like it doesn't actually make any difference. It's just like, you know, being a nice guy to try and keep him alive. But that's actually kind of pointless, to be honest. So I would have let him die normally, to be honest. Okay, we can actually go. I'm gonna go on this. Oh, that was a bad misplay, stepping on the trap. Also gonna get chunked completely. See, this is where my heal would really come in handy. Yeah, see, I misplayed that so hard. If I had healed though, that would have been okay. My bad. My bad. So I think Morg actually might 2v1 this. Yes, she does. So I misplayed that really hard. But if I had my heal, I actually would have survived. Ah, that's unfortunate. Missed the bind. If I had my heal there, I actually would have survived. So my bad. But again, that's kind of why I don't want to use it, because in a fight it's so effective. Do I have the camera bug? No, I don't, thank God. But yeah, this is the problem with Vayne, is if you mess it up like that, you are going to get punished for it, I think, even though I'm really fed. The reason I played it so cocky like that is because I was fed. What I should have done is just ignore the Leona and go straight for the Caitlyn. But the reason I didn't want to go for the Caitlyn was because I was like, well, I have loads of damage, so I can just kill the... yeah, I can kill the... Leona, and then I'll kill the Caitlyn afterwards. But actually I was just too cocky there. That was my misplay. I should have just recognized that, you know, Leona is really tanky as a champion anyway, so it doesn't matter if I'm fed, it doesn't matter if I'm Vayne, you know, I'm not going to be able to do that, especially when I step on a trap and then I step right into the ultimate. The problem here actually is, she got a lot out of that, because not only did she get a kill onto me, but... What the... Okay. That camp, holy moly. Alright, well... Unlucky, I guess, but never mind. We get a Ghostblade, so I guess actually it's not too bad. Yeah, I did not expect him to sit around, but that's pretty good gank actually. Like, because obviously I don't expect him to still be there. Like, why would he still be? Yeah, see, why would he still be bot after all of this time? But you know, he's actually just sitting there getting ready to punish, which is really clever. So definitely good. He picked up 2 kills there for pretty much nothing, which is really well played by him. But yeah, I should have gone. So this is swinging a little bit now. Amumu unfortunately went top when he definitely should have been bot right now. I think they could have done quite a lot, but you know, this Victor can't really do anything right now. He's probably gonna die. I can't go in either. I'm not gonna even bother. I'm just gonna try and farm up and get back into the game a little bit, because I definitely threw my advantage there. We got to kill top, which is good, but you know, I don't know. It's only a Mountain Drake, right? It's not the end of the world. But I think we could have probably picked up kills there, maybe. But who knows? We've gone from 2-0-2 to 2-0-2. So we need to kind of like play a bit smarter now. Caitlyn is still pretty strong, even though I've got a lead. I have my Ghostblade, so we can definitely fight. But I just need to play the fights way smarter. So let's get back on top of that. Lee Sin is going to be a bit of a problem, because he can probably one-shot me. So now I know, like in team fights, I have to be a lot more careful around that kind of stuff. Like, basically, when I was talking earlier, kind of the pressing tab and saying, you know, this is what I need to be careful of, that is kind of threat assessment, I guess. That's how you team fight. This is one of the things where people always say to me, like, how can you stay safe? How can you position in a team fight? Well, the number one thing is actually just pressing tab and working out what can kill you. Because if you think about it, at the moment, I have 5 champions to look after, right? To look at. Plus, I have, they each have like 4 abilities. Yeah, 4. Oh god, I haven't played this game. Oh, I don't know why I'd look down to check that. But yeah, 4 abilities plus their passive, I guess. That's a lot of things to worry about in a game. But then if you narrow that down to only a few things, because only a few things can kill you, then it makes it a lot easier. Like we have, for example, Lee Sin's damage if he lands a Q on me, Brand's stun, Leona's stun, and Yasuo's tornado. That's 4 things now that I have to watch out for. That's actually not that much, to be honest. So I'm just gonna say focus. We need to focus the Lee Sin, so because he's really fed, so we need to focus Lee. I'm gonna try and bait them in a little bit because we have the Victor here, but I think that's warded in the bush, so Victor kind of ruined that a little bit. But apparently these guys haven't really respected. I'm gonna get a condemn here and just try and do some... That's really annoying, because that's actually wasting my entire Ghostblade now. Oh man, we're in trouble. I'm gonna heal him to try and get him out. This is actually a worthwhile heal, because if we get this... Oh my god, we're just getting wrecked. We tried to dive. Leona is chain CCing me, which is not a good thing at all. And Wukong's coming in now. If he had done that while we were alive, we would have done a lot more work. We might actually mop this up still, which would be good. But yeah, this is the problem with Vayne a little bit. I think I misplayed a bit by trying to get in, but this is the problem. Like, I have to actually go in and just auto attack, otherwise I do nothing. And oh wow, that was really greedy. Nice, that actually worked out really well for us, but nothing to do with me, because I misplayed that really hard. This is the problem with Vayne though, because as an Ezreal, right, I could just kite backwards, I can Q, I can stay safe. Lucian, I can use my ultimate, I can stay really safe as well. But with a Vayne, like, if you make the slightest misposition or they focus you really hard, then, you know, you're kind of screwed. And part of the problem is everyone knows that Vayne can carry really hard. You can see Lee Sin just instantly Qs onto me. Leona goes onto me every fight. Brand is targeting me as well. So all of these people are aiming everything at me just because it's not because it's me, it's because it's Vayne. Like, that is just how you play against a Vayne. You focus her because she is vulnerable to it. So, you know, we're kind of getting boned a little bit at the moment, but it's fine. We can definitely recover. We've got decent-ish farm. We're still doing, well, for like the general standard, probably a bit lower than I'd like, but considering, okay, I'm switching for Leona out here. Run away. Morgana's gone top lane for some reason. But that's fine. We can just farm for now. Yeah, but we have enough like to actually do stuff in a fight. We're just gonna have to play it safer and stay right at the back. I'm kind of keeping my eye on the minimap to see what's going on as well, but I have to keep my main focus on my lane because if I don't, Leona's probably gonna dive me. Like I could genuinely get dived here. I don't think they're gonna do it because well, I mean, I would be very surprised if they actually did, but they could definitely dive me here and punish me for Morgana not being around. So, oh, okay, yep, they're gonna do it. And that's why I don't want to be left alone. I should have just left. It didn't seem like she was gonna do it, and then she appeared out of nowhere and went on me anyway. So, yeah, that was unfortunate. I should have just gave her the respect, I guess, but I kind of thought she wasn't gonna do it, so I just stayed anyway. But they could have definitely done it. I did say they could do it. Alright, so, I'm not too worried, to be honest, because I still feel like we're gonna be able to win this game. But I'm definitely underperforming at the moment, so I need to sort myself out a bit. Should be, oh, I mistimed that, that was unfortunate. So we're getting a lot because they're spending so much to kill me, basically, that when my team comes to come down, they're actually getting screwed. That's not really anything to do with me, though. This is kind of lucky that... Well, I mean, I'm kind of like the scapegoat, I guess, in a way. I'm the one taking all the damage, but to be honest, it's kind of them misplaying. It's not anything from me. It's not like I'm doing that particularly, so... I'm actually not going to go for that because, yeah, Leona's there. I was keeping an eye on Leona because I didn't know when she was going to be back. Holy moly, okay. Yeah, so I was keeping an eye on Leona, and as soon as I decided to go in there, I thought they might actually fight, so I went in. My ultimate is a low cooldown though, so that doesn't matter too much that I've used it. It's only like a minute, which is fine. And GHOSTBLADE again is like 45 seconds, which is fine as well. But it's worth taking those to try and maybe pick up a kill. But I'm also kind of behind, so I don't want to die anymore. Okay, let's move up. We have to be a bit careful because Lee Sin has been gone for a while, so he could just be right here. That's Leona's ult down, which is a good start. But let's just get the crab for now. If a fight actually happens, we kind of want the crab. It gives us a lot of move speed. It gives us the vision control as well. So even if they take over the point from us, all right, I'll do all the work and you take it. I get it. Yeah, if they get... Oh, okay, she doesn't have her ultimate, so I know I can be a bit more aggressive, but I also know Yasuo's in this bush, so I'm not going to go too ham. I don't need to go particularly aggressive because my team is doing really well at the moment. Okay, GHOSTBLADE here. Okay. I'm going to pick this up. I could probably pick up a kill there, but I'm not gonna risk it. See, I'm playing pretty measured now because I know that they're very strong, and I'm not particularly. So I don't really want to risk it, to be honest, more than anything else. I'm never going to get a kill this game, am I? I'm getting completely carried. Holy crap. I mean, this is kind of the thing of they're going to focus me. I'm still going to be useful, and my team can mop up after the fights, but holy moly. I need to start to carry. Yeah, so I'm being very like passive in fights because I don't need to be too aggressive. If we're already winning the fight, why dive in just to try and make my KDA better, right? Like, sure, I'll look better to you guys because I get improved KDA, but to be honest, I'm trying to get to diamond as best I can on this account. So I don't really care, to be honest, as long as I win on this account. I'm going pretty try hard, to be honest, on this. Even though it's a smurf, I still, you know, I want to like. I don't think smurfing is good if you actually mess around on the account. I think you should try and win, and obviously with this series is trying to show you guys how to win as well. Like when you're behind on an AD carry like this, actually I don't even think I'm that far behind. My score looks pretty bad because I got boned, but yeah, when you're like this, if there's no need to go aggressive and like make the hero play and dive in, then what's the point, you know? Well, you might as well just survive, kite the fight properly, And if they come in to fight us, we're there to do stuff. If they don't, then, you know, we don't lose anything out of that, really. Okay, so Lee Sin, they're on a bot lane. I'm going to go back and get my Phantom Dancer. So we're going to talk about builds. Let's talk about build, actually. We haven't actually really done much of that this game. Oh, I really need 200 gold for PD. I kind of want to, like, base and get this, because otherwise I'm going to base, then I'll have to get, like, 100 gold, and then I'll base again. And that's, like, such a waste of time running between the base and spawn. So we're going to do that. I'm going to pop my Ghost Blade because I'm going back anyway, so might as well. Yeah, so build. So this Ghost Blade build is supposed to spike earlier, let you do a bit more, especially because there was a party in the bot lane the entire game. I might just have to base it, to be honest, because I can't stay bot lane anyway. I'm going to go mid, actually. Looks like they might have a fight. This, again, is the what if playstyle. What if they actually end up fighting? I might be able to pick something up, so... Okay, we definitely don't want to be in this, though. Oh, my God. I'm going to flash this. I'm not going to die again. That was unfortunate. I should have just left, to be honest, but... Never mind. It's only my flash. I don't need my flash. Okay, so we're going to go back and we're going to sell our potions and we're going to pick it up instead. Doing it that way. There's nothing I can really do with that turret, so I'm not going to stay, even though obviously they did want me to. Pick up a blue trinket as well, and then we're going to run back to mid lane, see if we can do anything. We have to be pretty careful now, because when Leona has her ultimate back up, she's going to be able to do quite a lot, and I can't really do anything. I can dodge it with my tumble, maybe, but if she positions it like last time, the only thing I had there to do was to tumble away, because if I tumbled forwards or I stood still, like the rest of her team were going to catch me, so I kind of had to tumble backwards there. Anyway, so build Ghostblade. When you're building a Ghostblade, it's kind of, you max your Q, you do a lot more damage in lane phase, you kind of snowball with it ideally. But then you go into a Phantom Dancer, sorry. The reduction in damage is really nice. You get loads of attack speed, which is awesome as well. So it's just like a really, really good item for Vayne. I think, honestly, you kind of actually want a PD in every single build. And then actually, third, you can get an Infinity Edge. That's the most optimal, to be honest. But I'm going to be getting a Mercurial Scimitar because they have a lot. Why me twice? Bastard. Okay, I have to be really careful here because they could just go in. Okay, now Lee Sin's gone in. I'm going to go in as well. I have to be careful of the kick a lot, so I don't want to die. This is why Vayne is actually not the best pick into their team, because I have to be very careful of Brand. Brand and Lee Sin. Lee Sin can kick me with his ultimate, or kick someone else into me with his ult, which will do a lot of damage now. And I have to be careful of that. But we definitely don't want to do that. But I also have to be careful of just Brand's AoE damage. Fair enough. I have to be careful of Brand's AoE damage. One thing Vayne is very weak to is AoE, because you have to get stuck into a fight, right, to actually do anything. And to be honest, like, that's not really... That's like everything Vayne hates. Like, she has to be close, and Brand has this massive circle of damage that is going to be able to do stuff. So, yeah, Brand is pretty hard. We have to play these fights quite well to actually survive, so we're being very patient as we go in there. So, ideally, we're going to go into Mercurial now, though. Infinity Edge would be the most, like, damage... heavy option, I guess, but we can't really justify that in this game, especially when we don't need damage. Wukong's doing really, really well, and Mumu has also built damage, so we don't necessarily need it there. We have the Victor as well, so we're going to go for more of a utility kind of build on Vayne right now. This is the kind of adaptation you can actually make on Vayne, which is why I do like her a lot, because she has a lot of natural damage with her kit anyway, right? You only need some attack speed, and always tumble to the side to dodge those. And she has a lot of natural damage, so you can kind of build to whatever you want to be doing. To be honest, Caitlyn's quite far behind, so I can get away with that with less damaging options as well. What I'm thinking I could do is probably Mercurial for the stuns. I definitely need Mercurial. And then we can see how the game is going. I could get a Frozen Mallet. Frozen Mallet would be pretty good onto Vayne. I could get more damage. I can get an Infinity Edge if I'm doing pretty well. I could get more of my Mortius. That would also be pretty well. Thinking like a mix of damage and offense would be the best idea of this game. So I don't really want to go full Glass Cannon Infinity Edge because it's not necessary to win the game. Sure, like, you know, it'll give me the best score. I'll be killing everyone, and like instead of my team killing people, but it's really not necessary or required for this game. So I don't want to do that. I don't think that's worthwhile. I'd rather, you know, have the proper itemization to do more there. So okay, we're gonna go on here. We're gonna save our Condemn for when Lee Sin jumps in. I'm actually gonna go full balls deep here. Okay, we need to back out now. We can't actually fight like that with Brand running around here. I can maybe get him over the wall. Okay, so the problem is if you actually stand together like that when you go in, like I'm not tanky enough to absorb the damage. These two are, so they can stay in, that's fine. But if Brand catches me with one more spell, I'm dead. Because of his passive, the way it works, if you clump up, like I had the passive on me, right? If I clump up with my team and get them hit by the passive, it's going to chain. I don't know if you saw the Scar pentakill the other day, but basically the team just stacked up and one passive led to another and he just got penta like instantly. So that's what we're trying to avoid, to be honest. And again, if I don't need to, if my team has the damage and is tanky enough anyway, then I don't need to go in. So it's all going to be about like the right place, right time, and just taking what we can get, to be honest. So right now we actually have a QSS, so this is going to help a little bit because we can be a bit more aggressive. Part of the reason I don't go into fights when Brand is around, you see I'm actually very scared of Brand, and for good reason. If I ever like cock it up in a fight, you'll see part of me wants to just like show you, go balls deep as to why you don't, but obviously that's not a good idea in this game to actually do it. But if he ever clips me, because he's got a Rylai's as well, the slow is really crippling because I can't kite. Rylai's is just really good against Vayne in general because I need to be kiting like permanently, right? If I'm not kiting, I'm not really doing my job properly. Okay, that's yeah, unfortunate. Caitlyn kind of cut me off. I was going to go for the flank, but that wasn't the best idea ever. Okay, now we can go in for this though. I don't know where he's gone, to be honest. Oh, he's got a dead man, so I'm going to go back for the Brand. I know he's around somewhere. He's probably going to try and cut me off, I'd assume. Oh no, he actually pussied out. Oh, he actually hit that. Wow. I'm going to get the condemn. And then we're going to go. Nice. Okay, so now we're really fed. You see actually how we don't need any more damage than these things. Like, we literally just need Ghostblade, Phantom Dancer, and we're pretty much, you know, set. This is why Bruiser build actually works on Vayne, to be honest. This is why, like, you can go a bit more defensive. Why I think she's still actually viable, even though, you know, like, she does get kind of boned like this, is because as soon as you get off in a fight, you really do a lot of damage. So as long as you have items, as long as you have some farm, you'll be fine for the entire game. So yeah, right, let's get this. I actually don't really want to take it, but I need the gold because I want my Mercurial. So the thing with red right now is it lasts less time. It doesn't last very long. So actually doing this, because I'm going to base now, is actually kind of a waste. Because I'm going to base. I'm actually going to sit in base for a little bit as well. Actually, I'm not going to... no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to sell my Dorans. I have some life still now. I'm going to pick up a pink ward instead. That's a lot of people bot, but I'm not there, so I don't know if we can actually do this. I'm going to try and get there, but we'll see. So just like habit for me, you should always put items on the same slots as well. This is really risky. We shouldn't actually be doing this. Okay. So the flash there was to predict his stun, because pretty much every single Brand player is going to stun in the direction they think you're going in, and most Vayne players are gonna go backwards all the time. So they use their first spell, then they use their second one pretty much instantaneously after that. They queue it up. So the preemptive flash to the side is just there to dodge the stun. It's much easier than like actually reacting to it if you predict it instead. So that's just the way we can do that. Thankfully, we've actually kind of like pulled ourselves out of the hole we were in, and we've really taken over this game, which is really good. So we don't really need any more damage, to be honest. We have a lot of damage right now. So we're probably going to go for more. I think everybody really has the damage to proc it. Now, one thing actually is kind of interesting is, like, you know, Lee Sin is AD, right? But his E is magic damage, so he's still going to proc the Hex Drinker if he uses his E, which is like a really good thing. Even though, like, you know, the shield is magic and stuff, it's not the most ideal, I guess. We still actually at least get it. Yeah, so it absorbs magic damage for the shield, so it's not going to absorb like his auto attacks or anything like that, you know, but still, it's good because it's still going to proc it from other sources. So from the AoE damage around, Lee Sin can still help us get that and proc it. So that's at least pretty nice for us to have. But yeah, Leona's going to proc it. Caitlyn wouldn't. Yasuo wouldn't, but Bran would. And Bran is kind of the problem at the moment for us. Whoa, that damage. Holy moly. I'm not going to go in there because I don't want Lee Sin to one-shot me. But yeah, I'm just going to take the tower. I still have to be careful because I still have Vayne. I had this problem earlier, right? When we got really aggressive because I was really fed. Are we going to try and end? Oh, we can end. Yeah, I think we actually may be able to end, so. We have to. I'm going to prop my thingy here so we get this. There we go. Nice. Okay, so there we go. That's going to wrap up the game. Now, I actually have the end screen ready for you guys, so I think I've kind of figured out a way we can do this, but let me just go into here. I'm going to tab out very quickly, and I'm going to turn these on. Now this, here we go. We got, so the end screen. This is something you guys wanted to see, damage charts and stuff like that. So you see gold-wise, we actually did pretty well. Wukong was way ahead of us, but we kind of expected that. Farmer's pretty bad that game, but we managed to recover like going into the game, which is pretty good. And then if we look at the damage chart afterwards, damage done to champions, not actually too bad considering I'm Vayne. Vayne is single target, remember, so you're not going to be doing as much as like an Ezreal or Misfortune who hits everyone. So actually not too bad, to be honest. Victor expected, he's an AoE champion, so actually pretty good. My team was definitely good that game, so I kind of got off after being camped like a mofo early into the game. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any more feedback or anything like that, make sure you leave it into the comments. Hopefully this end screen thing is kind of the idea that you wanted to have. If you want it done a little bit differently or something else shown, then let me know. But yeah, so that's going to wrap up this game, so I'll catch you in the next one.